Why does it feel like no matter how much you make, you're always running out of money? Month after month, it's the same story. Your paycheck comes in, and before you know it, it's gone. You're not alone. Millions of us are caught in the same trap, working hard but barely keeping our heads above water. But here's the truth. It's not about how much you earn. It's about what you don't know about money. This isn't just a problem. It's a system designed to keep you in the rat race. So how do you break free? Let's dive into the harsh truth about why you're still poor and what you can do about it. The illusion of financial progress. Imagine this, you've worked for years, you've gotten a raise or two, and yet your savings don't reflect your hard work. Sound familiar? This phenomenon is known as lifestyle inflation. When your income increases, so do your expenses. Bigger apartments, fancier gadgets, more streaming subscriptions. It's like running on a treadmill, except the incline keeps getting steeper. Most people think the solution to their financial struggles is earning more money, but statistics paint a different picture. A study revealed that 78% of workers in the US live paycheck to paycheck, including 1 in 10 earning 6 figures annually. Let that sink in. 6 figures, yet still broke. Why? Because it's not just about what you earn, but how you manage what you earn. Credit cards, buy now pay later schemes, and easy loans give the illusion of progress. But they're traps, designed to lock you into a cycle of debt. You're not spending money you have, you're spending money you don't. And the interest, that's the price you pay for the illusion of wealth. It's time to question, are you living a life you can afford, or one that looks good on social media? This constant chase to keep up isn't accidental. It's a system built to benefit others, not you. But understanding this is the first step to breaking free. Let's move on to why your financial habits might be working against you. The trap of consumption. Why do most of us feel like we're treading water financially, no matter how much we earn? The answer lies in one of the most dangerous traps of modern life: consumption. We live in a world where everything is designed to make us spend. Advertisements tell us we need the newest phone, the latest fashion trends, or that luxury car to prove we've made it. Social media doesn't help. It's a constant stream of people flaunting lifestyles that seem out of reach, pressuring us to keep up. This relentless exposure shapes our desires, and worse, our self-worth. The problem isn't just spending, it's overspending. Credit cards make it easy to buy now and worry later. According to recent statistics, Americans collectively owe over $1 trillion in credit card debt. That's not just numbers on a screen, that's vacations, electronics, and meals we're still paying for years later. It's not just an American problem. Globally, consumer debt is rising at unprecedented levels. Think about this. How much of what you buy truly adds value to your life? Most of us spend money to impress people we don't even like, or to fill a void we don't fully understand. Yet this spending rarely brings the fulfillment we hope for. Instead, it keeps us chained to jobs we don't love and lifestyles we can't sustain. The harsh truth? Consumption might feel good in the moment, but it's holding us back from financial freedom. Next, let's explore why this endless spending feels so impossible to control. Spoiler alert, it's not just your fault. The money trap, living on the edge. Picture this. Payday arrives, and before the end of the month, your bank account is already empty. Sound familiar? This isn't just a personal struggle, it's the reality for millions worldwide. It's what we call the money trap, and escaping it isn't as simple as just spend less. The money trap is about living on the edge, constantly chasing the next paycheck, knowing one unexpected expense could bring everything crashing down. Globally, over 60% of people live paycheck to paycheck, and for many, it doesn't matter how much they earn. Even individuals making 6 figures are caught in this cycle. Why? Because when income increases, so do expenses. Bigger salaries often mean bigger houses, flashier cars, and more must-haves. It's called lifestyle inflation, and it keeps even the highest earners in financial chains. The scariest part of the money trap is its unpredictability. Imagine losing your job, facing a sudden medical emergency, or dealing with an unforeseen family crisis. Without savings, these situations can spiral into debt, stress, and financial ruin. And the mental toll? Exhausting. When every decision revolves around money, life becomes survival rather than living. But what's truly insidious is how society normalizes this trap. Banks profit from your debt through high-interest loans and credit cards. Advertisers keep you spending, while influencers glamorize unsustainable lifestyles. The system is designed to keep you in the race, running endlessly without an exit. So how do we break free? It starts with understanding our own habits. But breaking the money trap isn't just about individual choices. It's about learning to navigate a system that's built to keep us stuck. In the next section, we'll uncover why managing money feels like such an uphill battle and what you can do to change that. Why we struggle with managing money. Why is managing money such a monumental challenge for so many? The answer lies deep within our brains and in the systems we've built around us. To understand this struggle, we need to look at how human psychology and societal pressures collide. First, let's talk about cognitive biases. Ever heard of the ostrich effect? It's our tendency to avoid financial information we perceive as negative. For example, skipping a glance at your bank account after a big spending spree, dreading what you might see. It's not just avoidance, it's a psychological coping mechanism that works against our financial well-being. Then there's hyperbolic discounting, another sneaky bias. This one makes us prioritize short-term gratification over long-term goals. Why save for the future when that new gadget, dinner, or vacation looks so appealing right now? Add social proof into the mix, our tendency to emulate the behavior of those around us, and you've got a recipe for overspending. Keeping up with the Joneses isn't just a cliche. It's a financial trap powered by our social instincts. But it's not all on us. Society plays a massive role. We live in a culture that glorifies consumption. Advertisers exploit our vulnerabilities, making us believe happiness is just one purchase away. Meanwhile, the financial industry profits from keeping us in debt. Credit cards, buy now pay later schemes, and payday loans all thrive on short-term thinking and financial naivety. Education is another major gap. Most schools teach algebra, but skip personal finance. Many enter adulthood knowing how to solve for X, but clueless about budgeting, credit scores, or investments. The lack of foundational financial knowledge leaves millions at the mercy of a system designed to exploit ignorance. But it's not all hopeless. Recognizing these psychological traps is the first step to reclaiming control. When you understand why your brain fights against your wallet, you can start building strategies to outsmart it. Journaling expenses, creating budgets, and setting clear financial goals aren't just practical. They're ways to rewrite your relationship with money. In the next chapter, we'll uncover how to shift from merely surviving to thriving. It's time to learn how to make money work for you instead of the other way around. Ready to unlock the secrets of true financial freedom? Let's move forward. What is money really? Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, what is money? Not just the cash in your wallet or the numbers in your bank app, but the idea of money itself. What does it actually mean? If we're being honest, most of us don't think about this question deeply enough, even though money controls so much of our lives. It's time we take a closer look. At its heart, money isn't just pieces of paper, shiny coins, or digital balances. It's a representation of value. Every time you buy something, whether it's a coffee, a pair of sneakers, or even a house, you're saying, this is worth this much to me. And when you work and receive a paycheck, that money is society's way of saying, this is how much we value what you've contributed. But here's where it gets complicated. Somewhere along the way, we started giving money moral weight. How many times have you heard, money is the root of all evil? It's easy to look at someone wealthy and think they must have cheated or exploited someone to get that rich. But that thinking ignores a critical truth. Money follows value. For the most part, people earn wealth by solving problems, creating something meaningful, or meeting a need. Of course, not all wealth is earned ethically. There are scammers and opportunists out there. But blaming money itself is like blaming a car for a bad driver. Money is neutral. It's a tool, not a villain. What you do with it says more about you than about the money. Now here's the mind-blowing part. If money is just an expression of value, then the real question isn't, how do I get more money? It's, how can I create more value? This shift in perspective is a game changer. Instead of chasing dollars, you start thinking about how to make an impact, how to solve problems, offer solutions, or provide something meaningful to the world. Think about it. The wealthiest people in the world didn't get there by hoarding pennies or cutting coupons. They found ways to create massive value, and the money followed. The same applies to you. Whether it's through your work, your skills, or even a side hustle, the more value you create, the more money flows your way. This isn't just about managing money better, it's about reimagining your relationship with it. Instead of seeing it as a source of stress, See it as a reflection of the value you bring to the world. The paycheck isn't just about paying bills, it's about the value you've created. The spending isn't just about consumption, it's about what you value in life. When you truly understand this, you'll realize something powerful. Breaking free from the money trap isn't just about cutting costs or saving a few bucks. It's about building a life where your contributions align with your goals, where your value drives your success. And that's the moment the money trap starts to lose its grip. Breaking free from the trap. So, how do we escape the money trap? It might seem overwhelming, but the truth is, it's not about making drastic changes overnight. It's about building habits, one step at a time, to take back control of your finances and ultimately, your life. First things first, know where your money is going. Most of us have no idea. Ever wonder why your bank balance seems to vanish before the end of the month? It's because we're so caught up in the routine of spending that we don't stop to question it. Start by journaling every expense for a month. Yes, every single expense. From your rent or mortgage payment to that $5 coffee you grabbed in a rush. This one habit alone can be eye-opening. Once you know where your money is going, the next step is to create a realistic budget. And no, this doesn't mean cutting out everything that brings you joy. Love your morning latte? Keep it. But figure out what's truly important to you and trim the fat in areas that don't add value to your life. Maybe it's canceling a subscription you never use, or cooking at home more often instead of dining out. The goal isn't to deprive yourself, it's to align your spending with your values. Next, it's time to build a safety net. Life is unpredictable and emergencies happen. A car repair, a medical bill, or even a sudden job loss. Without an emergency fund, these events can derail your finances entirely. Aim to save 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. It won't happen overnight, but start small. Even setting aside $50 a month can make a big difference over time. And then there's the golden rule, live below your means. This doesn't mean living a boring or restrictive life. It means avoiding the financial edge. When you're not spending every dollar you earn, you have room to breathe, room to save, to invest, and to plan for the future. It's about having the freedom to make choices without being tied to your next paycheck. But breaking free isn't just about cutting costs, it's also about growing your income. Think about ways to increase your production, not just your consumption. Could you learn a new skill that makes you more valuable in your job? Start a side hustle that taps into your passions? The more value you create, the more opportunities you'll have to grow your wealth. Finally, understand that this isn't just a financial journey, it's a mindset shift. It's about taking ownership of your life and your choices. The truth is, you don't have to stay stuck in the rat race. You don't have to let money control you. By building better habits and focusing on creating value, you can rewrite your story. This is your chance to break the cycle, escape the trap, and build a future where money works for you, not the other way around. All it takes is that first step. Are you ready to take it? The power of production. If there's one thing that can truly break the cycle of the money trap, it's this: producing more value. At its core, money flows to where value is created. The more value you bring to the table, the more opportunities you unlock to grow your income and, ultimately, your freedom. For most people, their main form of production is their job, and that's fine. Your job is likely the most consistent way to create value. But here's the catch. Relying solely on one stream of income is risky, especially if it doesn't allow you to scale your earnings. That's where the concept of expanding your production comes in. Start with yourself. Invest in skills that increase your earning potential. Whether it's taking a certification course, learning a new language, or diving into a high-demand field like tech, upskilling can significantly boost your market value. Think of yourself as a product. How can you make yourself indispensable in your industry? Look for opportunities outside your 9 to 5. The gig economy and digital platforms have made it easier than ever to turn hobbies into side hustles. Love photography? Start selling stock photos or offering portrait sessions. Have a knack for writing? Freelance platforms can connect you with clients worldwide. The point is to diversify your income streams, so you're not entirely dependent on one source. But production isn't just about earning more, it's about leveraging your earnings to create even more value. This is where investing comes into play, whether it's stocks, real estate, or starting your own business. Investments are the ultimate form of scalable production. They allow your money to work for you, even while you sleep. Here's an example. Let's say you create an online course teaching a skill you've mastered. Once the course is up and running, people can buy it at any time, anywhere in the world. You've essentially turned your knowledge into a product that keeps generating income. That's scalable production. Leverage the tools at your disposal. The internet has democratized access to resources and audiences. Platforms like YouTube, Etsy, or even a personal blog can help you produce value at a global scale. Remember, the barrier to entry is lower than ever. All it takes is creativity, effort, and persistence. And don't underestimate the power of networking and collaboration. Sometimes the value you produce isn't just about what you know, but who you know. Collaborating with others can amplify your efforts and open doors you didn't even know existed.